What's going on, guys? Gomes here back again on another MLB 19 Diamond Dynasty video, and today we are returning for our third edition of the series of the best players to invest in to make tons of stubs within the corresponding roster updates. You guys already know the drill. I will be going over 5 players that I suggest that you guys invest in. Those will be silvers going to gold, golds going to diamond, and basically the theory around this is you buy a lot of stock in them, and once they go up in overall with the corresponding roster updates, they will sell for a lot more and you'll be able to make tons of profit. Once again, roster updates are every other Friday. The next one will be, I believe, next week, and then of course my roster predictions are always uploaded on Tuesday, so always make sure to be on the lookout for those whenever it is a roster update week. But going into our first of our 5 players, a little bit different this time. We actually have 3 pitchers and 2 hitters. Usually it is inverse, but we do have 3 pitchers and 2 hitters so far in this episode. The first one we are going to be looking at for the New York Yankees is right down here. Domingo German did just recently get moved up to silver, but personally I think he has a very good shot at gold this year because he has been so solid for the Yankees. You guys know all the injuries they've had, you know, Severino specifically for the pitchers, and then for the hitters, too many damn hitters to list that have been down, but he has really been holding it down for the Yankees. So far this year, 2.35 ERA, a 158 OBA or an opponent batting average, 0.89 whip, walks and hits per inning pitched, 39 strikeouts, 12 walks, 2 home runs, and 38 and 1/3 inning pitched. So really with Domingo German, we're going to be looking at a couple things. First of all, his stamina at a 68, plenty of room to go right there. I think that could possibly get upgraded to like a 75, 76 because he is pitching a lot longer than that stamina might suggest that he is. That opponent batting average, once again, 60, hit 9 is criminally low, and I think that will be raised as time goes on. Only 2 home runs in 38.1 innings pitched. That is really good at keeping the ball in the ballpark, so I think that can get raised as well. And then 12 walks in about 38 innings pitched. That would have to be increased, or rather he would have to improve on that a little bit more, but I think he definitely has a good shot at getting to an 80 overall threshold for a gold player. He's currently going for a 220 buy now, or sell now rather. Of course, always make sure put in a buy order, put it in for 225, stack up on a lot of Domingo Germans and make a ton of stubs off of him. And I also do want to point out the Toronto Blue Jays 27th in league wide on base percentage, and then the Baltimore Orioles 22nd as well. So he definitely is going to face some teams that do not get on base that often, so that is going to help out his cause. Another starting pitcher for the Miami Marlins, we are going to be looking at Caleb Smith, another guy with 66 stamina. You guys will see how that factors in just a second. This year, a 2 on the dot ERA, 168 OBA, 0.83 whip, 45 strikeouts, 9 walks, 4 home runs given up, 36 innings in 6 games. So he's averaging about 6 innings per outing. Even that being said, I think that could be moved up to at least to 70 at his stamina rating right off the jump, so I think that has room to go. 45 strikeouts and 36 innings pitched. I think that is going to remain consistent, and I think his K per 9 is also going to be upgraded as time goes on. 9 walks in about 36 innings pitched, same spot as Domingo German. He is going to have to improve in that spot to get his walks per 9 up. His hits per 9 at a 168 opponent batting average, that is really good. I think that could go up to an 80 plus, something like that. So once again, Caleb Smith I think is a very good candidate for a gold 80 overall threshold as well. You guys can see right now 523 sell now order. The thing that is going to make this so ideal and so you know, just so intriguing to invest in him is because he's the Marlins. He would be the Marlins probably only gold because Brian Anderson has kind of been cooling off compared to last year, and I don't see Starlin Castro getting up to gold. So if he is the Marlins only gold player, I think he is going to go for probably like 1.5k. So there is a lot of room to go ahead and make profit off Caleb Smith. On to our first hitter, staying in the National League East. We are going to the New York Mets and looking at Jeff McNeil, who is, I believe, 2nd in total hitting so far in the MLB, just behind Cody Bellinger, who obviously is diamond already himself. But So far this year, Jeff McNeil versus lefties hitting 391, 478 slugging percentage, 2 home runs, no home runs, or 2 extra base hits, no home runs. Versus righties, 343 batting average, 461 slug, 9 total extra base hits, and 1 home run. 15 strikeouts, 10 walks. Really, what we are going to look out for Jeff McNeil is I think he could get a contact upgrade just off the bat, what we're seeing right now, especially versus lefties hitting 391, but he is going to have to hit for a little bit more power. Honestly, 478 and 461 slug, I think that could get boosted at least like 6 points versus righties and versus lefties right off the bat right now. But he would have to continue hitting for a better slugging percentage if you would want to increase that power. This is an interesting situation because he suffers from having not very good defense. He is a bronze defender, 63 fielding, 68 arm strength. I personally don't know if you guys are Mets fans. Let me know down below in the comment section if Jeff McNeil is an underrated defender, but it is usually not that often that STS does do fielding upgrades within the season. Usually they do that coming into the next title, so like between MLB 18 and 19 and 19 and 20. So it would be a pretty rare. He would have to be really underrated if they did make that change, but if he hits for more power and continues hitting at that contact rate, I think he could go gold this year as well for the New York Mets. Moving on to one more pitcher you guys already know. I had to include him. You guys know I could just not include Tyler Glasnow on this list. Arguably one of the best pitchers in baseball this year, even though he is only a 75 overall, absolutely killing it and helped propelling the Rays to being first place in that tough American League East. He did win the April Pitcher of the Month award, so that should go ahead and show you something right there. He has a 1.47 ERA, 197 opponent batting average, 0.86 whip, 46 strikeouts, 7 walks, 3 home runs given up in 43 innings pitched. Once again, you guys are going to notice the same trend between Herman Smith and Glasnow. They all have really low stamina. 43 innings pitched, I believe that is in 7 outings. That could get moved up right away, probably to like a 72, 73, a +5 on his stamina. His walks per 9, he's only given up 7 in 43 innings pitched. I think that could get like a +5 right now. His home runs per 9, 3 home runs in 43 innings pitched. Could get moved up a couple points, but hits per 9 is what we are going to look at. He did, I think, have one game recently where he gave up quite a few hits, but otherwise he has been very good at limiting base runners, so that hit 9 is something that I expect to increase as time goes on. And then as well as his K per 9, he's really getting into a groove and striking out a lot of batters, missing a lot of bats. So I think Tyler Glasnow is going to go gold and get right up there with Charlie Morton and Blake Snell as gold and diamond Tampa Bay Rays starting pitchers. I think he's just having a phenomenal season. Everything is looking really good for him right now, and I know he just did get upgraded to silver, but he has so much potential. I think he is going to have a really good season, and his overall is once again going to go up to gold, just as the other 4 or the other 3 previous guys that I mentioned. And actually no jumps to diamond this best to invest list. They are all silvers going to gold. And finally, we are going to wrap up with Mr. Joey Gallo. This is a very interesting one that I was really happy to go ahead and talk about. Joey Gallo this year is hitting for a much better batting average than he has been in the past. I know a lot of people have this stigma and have this preconceived notion that Joey Gallo is home run or bust, fair to say, because that is how he played last year and pretty much his entire career, and he has always been a fan favorite in MLB The Show. Versus lefties hitting 269, 615 slug, 3 extra base hits, 3 home runs, so all of his extra base hits have been home runs. Versus left-handers, versus righties hitting 270, 676 slug, 13 total extra base hits, 8 of those being home runs. Interestingly enough, he is 5th in the MLB in on-base percentage plus slugging percentage at 1,073. Very, very good numbers. Obviously, he has 41 strikeouts, so that vision is going to be hard to raise, but that contact, I think, has room to grow, hitting 269 and 270. If he continues that, I think he is going to be a gold pretty quickly. He does already have gold defense, as you guys can see, or actually, I guess you guys cannot see. I'm covering it, but he does have gold defense, so that is going to help out his cause. He is going for an 891 sell now, and you might say, where's the room for profit? Joey Gallo, as I mentioned before, is a fan favorite. He is guaranteed, I would say, to go for at least 2,000 stubs once he does reach gold, because if you think about it, if he has around 50 contact righties, 45 contact lefties. He has the same defense, about 60 speed, 100 plus power. When he's up on inside edge, not even to mention that, he can play the entire outfield, first and third base. So he is very versatile. He's a great lefty bat, and a lot of people love using Joey Gallo. He's a silver player. Hell, he was a bronze last year, and you guys saw how many people still religiously use them in their lineups. So Joey Gallo, there is still plenty of time and plenty of room to make profit off of him, and I'm really happy for Joey Gallo. He's really turned around that, you know, how everybody thought about him, how he's a home run or bust. You know, he's either going to strike out or he's going to hit a home run. He's really changed that and has become a lot more of a complete hitter, which I'm really glad to see, and I'm really looking forward to how he pans out the rest of the year, because I think he's going to continue this. We are going to have to wait and see, however. But once again, those are the 5 players: Domingo German, Caleb Smith, Jeff McNeil, Tyler Glasnow, and Joey Gallo. All 5 of those I will think are going to be going gold at some point this season. Make sure to invest in a bunch of them, buy a lot of stock in them, and in turn, when they go up in overall to that gold threshold, they're going to be going for a lot more, and you can make tons of profit. If you guys have your own guys who you are investing in, let me know down below in the comment section. I'll gladly go ahead and continue the conversation over there. But if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like down below. Hope you guys are good. And there comes out.
Love is love, and hate is hate. To die is an awesome adventure, and I can hardly wait. Earth is a prison, I need a great escape. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone. You know I'm in my zone. I took a bite of the glory.